Oracle. I'm gonna throw a couple pieces of lettuce for this flock, and then we'll go to another chicken area and do another divination over there, and then I'll end on using a card deck from past chickens. So let's see what we have for the month of October. Nanook and Lady. So Nanook has to do with, represents both polar bear and a husky dog. So it has to do with both, it's like a duality of actually having to be very strong in family matters and in emotions, and being emotionally strong for people, and that's the polar bear, and it has to do with strength and the human quality of strength. And then the husky dog actually has to do with ease of travel and ease of movement. So we have being strong, but then at the same time actually having that ease of movement. Then we got Lady, and Lady has to do with she has to do with really kind of coming to the end of a phase of life where you have gotten all your education and you really you are ready to start a new life. So it's like being a very mature person, knowing what you want, ending age of growth and development, moving into a period of stability and motherhood. So the combination, and actually it does have to do with, so combined with the polar bear and the husky dog, it really, and again the polar bear and the husky dog actually come from the very northern regions where it's very, very cold and difficult to live. So it's almost like your journey through, almost like the journey through the underworld has come to a place of completion, and now there's, kind of a partnership and a birthing process that comes after you have trainings and kind of education processes. So and then since we have the polar bear and the husky dog, it seems like it's been tough and trying, and it's been like really wading through the depth of human psychology, because that's where we get into it. If you can master the emotions, you can master the depth of human psychology. So really being a master of the human world and of relationships and of intimate partnerships. Being solid and stable in your world where nothing can really rock you at this point. So, okay, so that is the reading for this group, and then let me go down to the other chickens and see what we can get. Okay, so let me just get some chickens over here. Hi! Good. Yeah! There you go! Nice! Flowers! Let's go! You guys are done. Hey! We're gonna start! Okay! Okay, ready? then a chicken I named after an eagle in Finnish, and I forget the name. I just came up with her name, but I can tell you what it means. So first of all, we start out with silk, and silk has to do with, normally we think of the silkworm when we think of silk, and that's produced in the larvae. So in the transformation process, something very beautiful and precious is formed, and then the other thing is that you can get silk from bees or from ants or from spiders. And spiders are actually the biggest silk producers, and they produce 7 kinds of silk from 7 different glands. So it's very versatile. So they're able to be able to produce many precious things for different reasons. So it's not just producing one thing out of a transformation process, but really becoming skilled in being able to produce multiple things. And then also because the spider is representative of again kind of trapping the collective consciousness. That's what it's all about. Really trapping the mind of humanity and really being able to make influences and waves. It's almost like having that what in Islam they call magic. In Islam, magic is considered the way a person can capture others. So Muhammad had magic to capture people, and then even Jesus had magic, and all of the prophets had magic to capture people and really make an influence and make changes for people. So we have also the ant and the bee, and that's about cooperation and teamwork. So it's almost like we have some beautiful things coming out of our transformation process, something very precious and special, and then we're able to get some cooperation. We have this magic to us, so that we actually have power to influence collective consciousness, and really produce many other things. It's like Jesus and Muhammad and all of these prophets. They were able to do many things. Mother Teresa, people who have the magic. They're able to produce many special sacred things for humanity. Then, so we have this magic element coming through here with the silk and precious and sacred things. And then we got, who's the other one? Then we got, the one that's eagle. It's like I don't know. I'll have to look it up, but I'll tell you on the next section what the name is. But anyway, it's eagle, and it has to do with kind of ascension, spiritual ascension, but it also has to do with power and freedom. And then her name is that I forget. I'll have to tell you in a minute. It was in the Finnish language. So I looked up the Finnish culture and what is unique and special about the Finnish, and it's very interesting. They have like the top educational system in the world, and it's extremely different and totally diverted from all other Western forms of education, where they really appreciate and honor the person more than the test. So they teach people how to learn, not how to take a test, and they really put a lot of money into quality teachers, and really it's highly competitive for the teaching, but highly regard their teachers and pay them very well and train them very well. And then the teachers are there to really make sure that every student is completely embraced. There's no, they don't they don't try and separate kids based on intelligence or anything like that. They allow all of the kids to be together, and they honor each of their types of intelligence. So they're really able to work with any type of student, with any type of, wherever they are at with their education process, and to help them to go in the way that is most beneficial for them. And then they have a lot less time in school, and it's a lot more quality. So instead of, like in the USA, you have to go at this time, you start at, kindergarten, and then you have this time to this time all day long, less time for recess. There it's a lot less. They start them older, and more recess time, less time in the classroom. But it's very, very quality and very productive when they are in the classroom. And they have very little dropout rate. They have the highest graduation rate, and they have the highest success in the world for worldly success. The kids graduate, and they actually, not only do they all go on to college, they all graduate, they all go on to college, but they all become something, and the education system is actually a higher quality than anywhere else in the world. So when it comes to the ego and having freedom and having power, and also to ascend spiritually, it's really kind of shaking ourselves out of the systems, out of the box, and really appreciating each individual for their intelligence and what they have to offer, and not judging, not trying to push everybody into a box or push everybody down the assembly line, but really allowing people to develop their innate qualities of intelligence. So really interesting, and it gives them a lot of self-empowerment, a lot of internal empowerment, and it empowers them in the world to be appreciated for who they are, and it gives them freedom to be who they want to be. So it's really amazing education system. So good for the finish. And so anyway, looking back with the other chickens, we have this coming to a new point in our life, and having great things come out of our past situation, or our past setup, and then I wonder if the cat's here, and then really being able to soar in our innate qualities and really become who we're meant to be in our own right. So okay, so now I'm going to go on to the card reading, and I'll be right back.
Okay, so on to part 3 of our reading, and I did look up that chicken's name. She's called Kotka. Kotka is the name for eagle in Finnish. So anyway, on to the card portion, and I'm going to draw 1 tree magic to ground the reading, and then 2 chicken cards, 1 healing card for what is improving and what's getting better, what's strengthening, and 1 overall message card. Okay, so we got joy, number 48, the ginkgo tree. And it says, treasures that arrive like gifts from heaven may be of spirit or of the earth. And the key word here is joy. So, and then we also have a picture of a little pheasant in there. And pheasant means blessings within the community. So this is like community blessings. And 48 has to do with stability in relationships, but a death and a rebirth of the physical world. So there's shifts and changes in the physical, but we also have gifts from heaven that may be of spirit or of the earth here. have a new energy coming in. Joy, happiness, excitement. And for what's healing, we have little pumpkin, the 9 of earth, and another 9 for our overall message card. So, and this is Kung is his name. There's an exclamation point in front of it, but there's that little click of the Bushmen in Africa, and it means the original people. Kung. So anyway, we have 9 and 9, so we have this really powerful kind of movement of existence, like things coming in. It reminds me of the triple warmer in Chinese medicine. We have like the waterways, the things coming in. We're receiving energy, we're receiving gifts, we're receiving surprises of timing and mind, just like lots of abundance. It's really a card of abundance. And we have 9 of earth and 9 of action. So little pumpkin has to do with being of the whole world, so something good for the world, and also a baby. So, and then it's also how the world relates to a baby, where like every person has an influence on the world. I mean, we look at our world and what we have in this world, and it's made up of all the accomplishments of everybody who has been here. So, so it's about like, you know, the relationship of one to all, really, and it's a card of abundance. So we have this like abundance for one and all, and it's the largest fruit, a pumpkin. So it, again, abundance, the fruitfulness of abundance. So then we have, so this is improving our abundance, obviously, with all of these 9s here. And then our overall message card is Kung, which has to do with, you know, the Bushmen. They have the most efficient lifestyle, where they don't like waste time or energy at all. They're very efficient with their energy and their time and what they do, and they're also very interdependent, where they have their complete independence from one another, but they come together in times of need for certain rituals, or, you know, gatherings or resources or whatever. So they'll go off on their own and do their hunting and gathering, and then they'll come back together and, you know, exchange with each other, and they'll, you know, they know how to. They have a very spiritual connection, so they know how to do what they need to for themselves and their own path in life. But at the same time, they realize their interconnection with the rest of humanity, and they are always, you know, coming and going with different people, and they're always there for one another as needed. Yet at the same time, you know, they're not maters. They're not, you know, giving too much or spending too much time, or, you know, helping too much. They just, you know, give in the right proportions. So, and the other thing about them is they don't have social structure, really. They don't have a defined social structure. Everything's very flexible with them. So if they in times of war or whatever, you know, they will quickly self-organize, where people will just take their positions of power. Everybody kind of has a respect for everybody's position, and everybody realizes everybody's potential. So in time of need, all of a sudden the leaders will rise up and, you know, be there to lead the people. And people know, you know, the hunters or the gatherers, or the medicine men, or you know, the warriors. Everybody kind of knows all of a sudden, you know, what their role is to fulfill. So they don't like plan things. They don't have an established structure, but they are flexible, where in times of need, everybody just kind of steps into their role. They step into their position, and they have the spontaneity to meet things as they rise up. As things occur, that they have the spontaneity to respond to these things with precision, like with accuracy. They don't waste time on a huge election or something. They already are aware of who people are, and they just kind of get to it. So very, very efficient with everything, with organization, with the energy, with with themselves, with each other. They know how to use time wisely, everything. So this is our overall message card, just really knowing how to balance ourselves with others, and also knowing how to use energy properly and time properly. So okay. Again, the message reads, treasures that arrive like gifts from heaven may be of spirit or of the earth. The ginkgo tree and joy. And yes, it seems like based on the chickens that we got today, and then also with these cards here, we do have, we're kind of coming out of one phase and really entering into another one where we have mastered ourselves and the world around us, where we're really not held victim or hostage to any energies, where we're actually free and liberated to be who we want to be, and we have strength and confidence in doing that. So with all of that, of course, we have the joy, and the community can really thrive. When the individuals in the community are really happy, the whole community really benefits from that. So and it gets energized with the ginkgo. So anyway, I hope everybody got what they needed out of this today, and I will see you all again for a mid-month reading. Take care.